Hello everyone, I'm TFC328 here. It's not about what you do differently, it's about what you do well. October is over and my birthday has come and gone, so I would like to share with you some of the games that I've gotten. Not necessarily the figures, though I did get Lucina Figma. She is pretty awesome. Granted, I did get a bit of a misprint on her masked face, which is not present on the unmasked face, which is a shame because I prefer having masked face, short hair or no, but I'm still very happy to have her and at the price that she was supposed to be at. Now this was actually supposed to be the pose from the cover of the game, but I couldn't get it any more accurate lest I break the figure. But the reason why I'm deciding to tell you what games I got over my birthday is because, well, I want to let you guys know what I got, so that way you have an understanding of what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. It's also so you know that I have a bigger reference pool, or maybe it's something that I'm going to cover sometime. The Kingdom Hearts review is still next. I had that fully written out, and unlike the Fates review, I am motivated to do that. I completed a beginner mode run for the Speedster, Untouched, and Unchanging Armor trophies. Literally just recently. I completed it like a couple days ago. Fresh in my mind. It's completely written out that script. I'm extremely looking forward to making that video. I love the original Kingdom Hearts, but I did not get that game for my birthday. So that made things a little complicated because I started getting more games than, say, after Fire Emblem Fates. That was me saving up my Christmas money. So first things first, I picked up Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, I really enjoy this game. I have admitted that I've become a little bit more of a Mortal Kombat enthusiast following the release of MK10. But I never really played a Mortal Kombat game save the trilogy version, specifically to see if Shao Kahn could crack my hardest bosses list, which is becoming a regret the more and more I look at it. I'm still proud of some of the stuff I did in that video, but I mean, it's not as bad as what I believe my final bosses countdown was. I rushed the fuck out of that. But yeah, Shao Kahn, in all honesty, didn't really deserve that position on the list, despite his 3-hour ass kicking, because I was playing it on an emulator specifically to see if it would crack my hardest bosses list. Same with the Mutilator, but that's besides the point. Mortal Kombat 9 is an awesome game. It's the complete edition, so I have everything unlocked right from the get-go, but I really enjoyed my time with this game. In fact, I even really liked the story of this game. Really liked the way they presented the characters and enjoyed playing as them. In particular, I'm fond of playing as Smoke. I don't know, there's just something about him that clicks with me. But since I was talking about a game from my nostalgic youth, I got Pokemon Blue version. Ah, this brings me back. Gotta say, the Furo that I got in this game, it's just a glitch that happens sometimes with my 3DS. Just, even if it's at the lowest volume possible, it still makes music. In fact, it ends up blaring at the loudest volume it can. There we go. And I really enjoyed my time with the Blue version. Flaws and all. I finally got to beat the Elite Four in that. I never was able to beat the game when, in fact, I don't think I ever made it to the Elite Four when I first played it as a kid. I don't think I ever got past Sabrina. Actually, I don't recall if I ever beat Sabrina. But I did beat the game this time, and I really enjoyed it. And man, that Furo was my freaking hero during Lance's Dragonite. I can't believe the thing it was able to handle. 10 levels under, managed to land several crits when it had set up barrier and agility. It just got friggin' lucky. And it survived both a slam from this Dragonite and a Hyper Beam from one of the Dragonairs. It's amazing. And I even managed to catch Mewtwo in a Pokeball without using my Master Ball. So now I have a Master Ball that I can't use on anything. Maybe I'll use it on a Dugong and Seaboom Islets. That's why I used my very first Master Ball in Fire Red on. Also, remember when I made that review of Astro Striker Gunvolt 1? When I was looking for the Pokemon Blue version on the 3DS Virtual Console once I got my birthday money, I ended up finding something that I didn't even realize was there at the time. Azure Striker Gunvolt 2. Oh my god. I want to review this game at some point, but I will say this right now. It's a vast improvement on the original game. It does so many things really well, including redeeming my 8th most hated video game character. Which is also quickly becoming one of my regrets. I suppose you're not very proud of your earlier work. And early can be as far back as a year, even if I have been on YouTube for about 7 years or so at this point. But seriously, buy Gunvolt 2 if you can, or the Striker Pack, which has Gunvolt 1 and Gunvolt 2. Actually, now that I think about it, the Gunvolt Striker Pack was distributed by Yacht Club Games. this little remark I made back in my Bionicle 2 review? And when it becomes a Shovel Knight. Which reminds me, I gotta get that game at some point. Well, first, better add that to the counter of how many times I said Bionicle. And second, guess what I finally got around to playing? Yeah, Rydell Retribution. Nah, I'm just kidding, Shovel Knight! Like, aside from some silly riffs about how Treasure Knight looks like Subject Delta and how the Enchantress wants to kill the quarter guy, there's nothing else I have to add to this game. At least nothing that everyone else hasn't said already. Maybe I could give my own spin on it if I do make a review of it or mention it in a countdown, which I do plan to. There are a lot of good candidates from that game to be on my best bosses list, which, as you know, is my upcoming countdown ever since I did the Pokemon countdown. Yeah, I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing through the game, and Plague Knight's campaign, Plague of Shadows. Granted, Plague Knight was a bit of a pain to get used to. In fact, his knockback felt a million times worse than Shovel Knight. Seriously, it felt like his first reaction to pain was to fly to the goddamn moon, and then he would gravitate towards the nearest pit to try and save himself. But aside from that, and it being a bit difficult to get accustomed to Plague Knight's controls, especially after playing Shovel Knight's campaign, he's really fun to play, and in some respects I enjoy him more than I do Shovel Knight. Well, in some respects. Overall, I enjoy playing as both of them pretty equally. I'm leaning on Spectre Knight's Spectre of Torment campaign and King Knight's Decadent Dandy campaign. They haven't come up with a name for that one. And I'm very happy that they're going to be released for free. Oh yeah, that's another thing I would love to add about this game. If you ended up downloading the update patch for the free DLC character before you beat the game, you actually unlock the character by beating the game. Unlockables in the modern day. Not only that, unlockables as significant as a whole new campaign as a completely different character. Yacht Club games know what made games great back in the day. So yeah, those are the games I got with my birthday money. I actually do still have a little bit of money left over, but I want to hold on to that to get Sun and Moon. I could wait until Christmas to get it and buy something else, but if I do that, the internet's gonna be a spoiler minefield for me. At least I was able to avoid Fire Emblem Fate spoilers. With Pokemon, there is no chance in hell I'm avoiding that. And you know, with every generation, I keep thinking I'm gonna skip it like I ended up doing with Heart Gold and White 2, and yet somehow they keep sucking me in. Really, it's Guzma that sucked me into Sun and Moon. That and I really enjoyed the demo. I don't care if Ash Greninja's living plot hole, I really like the way that thing looks and I'm glad that I'll be able to have it in the game. Sun and Moon is going to have a ton of secrets to it, and I am looking forward to exploring the hidden secrets of the High region. I'm Transformers Fanco 328 and I don't know how to end it. Bye.